Well, we're sorry to have kept you waiting. Okay. What was originally meant to be a Big Brother finale recap now has become a Big Brother finale retrospective.
A deep dive.
Yeah, and what a fucking wild down-to-the-wire end to the season, man. And if you're... spoiler alert, no. Fuck you. You should know by now.
Yeah. If you don't know, that's
no
your fault.
spoilers alert. The only spoilers we'll be spoiling will be for next season, so...
Yeah.
When we left off, we didn't know who the final three was, correct? Or we did? We knew it was... Actually, no, we did. It was Ashley, Morgan, and Vince. We just didn't know who...
Yeah, Ava had just gone.
Yeah.
She had, on the way out, try to pop Vinny's game.
Yeah, she was like, Morgan, don't do for a man what he won't do for you.
And throughout this week of like deliberation on who should be the final three, Ashley has been planting seeds on all sides, you know, just telling Morgan that Vince is unbeatable, telling Vince that Morgan's unbeatable, telling Ava doesn't matter. She's beatable. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
I think she did try to sell to Ava that she was hard to beat because of her social relationships.
Yeah, I mean, she I think that's why she stayed over Ava, is because she convinced Vinny and
her sorry to cut you off, but her like mentioning the locked votes, I feel like that was a pretty crucial like piece of manipulation for convincing Morgan at least that Ava wasn't, you know, she shouldn't stay around.
Yeah, and I think that convinced Vinny as well, because she had mentioned that she knew Vinny had a final two with Ava, and just kind of had mentioned her social game, how strong it was. And we also saw a moment where Ashley went up to Morgan and she did like a very smart thing where she was just like, oh my God, ha ha ha. Both of you guys are going to win if you just take me. It's so obvious.
Yeah, she kind of does this thing where she'll like say something that like wouldn't normally be taken well, but because she's saying like, ah, no one really takes it seriously. And then later on, they're like, wait, that thought I had all by myself is true. She's incepting people.
Yeah, yes.
People don't really like respect her because they're not seeing all the times that she's literally talked to the camera and been like, I'm fucking playing circles around these fools.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, there was a little part of me that wanted her to fall on her ass just because I hate people who do that, you know?
Yeah.
I hate people who gloat prematurely. And so I did want her to fail a little bit.
Yeah. I came into the final three thinking there's no way Morgan doesn't win.
Yeah.
I didn't even anticipate Ashley. I mean, I did think Ashley was going to make it to final two. I just didn't know the way that everything played out, how it was going to play out.
Yeah, I mean, like, there were several different scenarios based on who was going to win part one and part two of the competitions, you know?
Yeah.
And the way it shook out, the first part of the HOH is won by Morgan.
Mm-hmm. Morgan.
Surprise, surprise. You know, she's popping off. She's, 2% body fat at this point. She's just running on eyebrows.
She's running on eyebrows.
And so she's juiced up. But let's be real, okay? No one can be this juiced on no sleep for this many weeks. So at this point, I was already, in my heart of hearts, I was like, she's probably still going to take it.
Yeah.
But my doubt was creeping in because the night before, Vince and her had talked for like until 4 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, like I could see a world where Ashley wins the second part and cuts Morgan, and then we get like a fucking Vanessa Russo all over again, you know?
Yep. The prophecy. We are not there yet, but the prophecy.
Somebody on Reddit made a really interesting point, which is that like last season was like season 16 and this season's like season 17.
Yeah.
And I mean, that says enough about how the season plays out because, you know, Morgan wins part one as expected. And then
ooh, part two is so juicy.
It certainly is. Part two is a combination of a memory competition and a endurance comp, right?
Yeah.
Would you consider that endurance or physical?
Just physical. Part two is always some sort of combination of mental, some sort of memorization. Usually has to do with the days or the evicted house guests. followed by also they're usually always on some sort of freaking wire.
Yeah.
Trying to do something that's kind of hard. And it's crazy because
Vinny is crushing at the beginning. He's like, clearly he's physically suited for this competition. He's light enough where he can swing and not get tired, and he is also like athletic enough that he can like rear his body every which way and kick the blocks down.
how long was his head start? Like
He had an hour
45?
40. He finished an hour 45 before Ashley finished her block part. So he had an hour 45, and he just kept. So here's the part that everyone probably already knows, but Vinny chokes it horrendously.
They both just don't read directions well. And they read the card, and the card says, put the house guests in order of how they were evicted. Both of them read it as the day that they were evicted.
Right. Which is like, I got it upon first glance, but I do see how people could be confused about that.
Yeah, especially like it's a high pressure situation. You're exhausted. You've also probably been assuming that it's going to be, because it's so much harder, I feel like, to remember the day that they were evicted on versus the order that they were evicted on.
Yeah.
And so you're spending all this time trying to remember what day all of these people leave, and you're running on no sleep. So you just go into it, and you just.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not surprised that happened to anybody. I probably would have made the same mistake if I'm being honest.
no, I don't think so.
But I
would
also
have read the fucking instructions again.
Yeah, I would have gone back and read the card.
That would have been like,
some
after
point.
the second time I fucked up, I probably would have done that.
Yeah.
Because that was like, yeah, it was just he got too tunnel visioned on what he thought was right. And, as much as Vince plays the victim and plays like the weakling, he's got like a lot of arrogance about him, you know?
Yeah, because he never once looked back at that card. He was like, oh, I must be so right.
And just by the way he like talks about other house guests, how they don't deserve to be there.
Yeah.
And just like almost talking about him like he's better than everybody else. It's like,
how do you do that? And then, sorry to cut you off, but how do you do that and then also be like, well, I'm such a piece of shit? How do you do both?
I think they both come from the same place. They both come from entitlement. They both come from, I'm better than you, so I should get this. And the other thing is like, I'm better than you, so why am I not getting this?
Yeah, he just like refuses to even reread the card. And then when they tell him, he loses it all. And we didn't even get to see the full crash out.
No, but it's a lot of just like little kid at supermarket doesn't get a toy he wants vibe. And listen, I don't want to spend another second talking about how like wormy he is, so I won't.
He does like, I think this is what set him off, is that he doesn't think that Ashley beat him. Is he says, I beat myself because he didn't reread it. So he's like, oh, I lost to this undeserving person because of myself, is probably his mindset.
Yeah, he's a fucking loser. That's the last thing I'll say.
Yeah, so Morgan wins part 2. There's a lot of back and forth of like, everybody's talking like Morgan's already going to win the third round.
Yeah.
And like at that point, I was like, yeah, Morgan's going to win this. It's just a matter of like, who is she going to take? And if she cuts off Vince, that's great.
I wasn't so sure because the only comps where she struggled at were mental comps.
But I feel like she was good at the ones that were a combination of like mental and physical.
Well, part 3 was purely mental.
I know. Well, yeah, that one was purely mental. She freaking choked it. But I don't know. I just didn't think that she.
I definitely thought she was going to win, but I wasn't. Because I was like playing around. I was reading the subreddit a lot during that time, and I was just seeing all the scenarios, and all of them had like water. You know, you could see any of them happening. Vince winning the HOH competition, taking Ashley. You could see Ashley winning the whole thing, taking Vince. And you can see Morgan winning the whole thing, taking Vince. You can see Morgan winning the whole thing, taking Ashley. So there was a lot of shit. The only thing you couldn't see was Ashley taking Morgan. That was for sure not going to happen.
Yeah, that was not ever going to happen. Although I did have hope, because I would have loved that as a final 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, that wasn't going to happen because both of them also knew that they weren't going to win against Morgan. She had too many comp wins, and she was far more likable than Vinny.
She was never going to own up to her impeccable game because she wasn't fully aware of it. You know, she probably like subconsciously knew what she was doing certain times, but she didn't like clock it.
Yeah.
But all she really like, if you brought Morgan to the final 2, all she had to say was full immunity since jury.
Yeah, that's all she would have had to say.
That's it. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
So when the final part of the HOH goes down and Morgan starts choking answers away by second guessing herself on several of them.
Yeah, she gets one right, I think, and then all of them after that she chokes it, and Ashley gets them all right.
And she looked like she didn't know what the fuck was going on either. She just kept going, and then it was right.
Yeah, then she kept being like,
yeah. And she kind of fucking cleans the floor with Morgan on this. You know, she wins 4-1. And so now the crucial decision comes, and she's no dummy.
Yeah.
So you're looking at a situation where you're going against a guy who's burned a lot of bridges in jury, who has not owned up to his game, whose strategy is messy at best.
Yeah.
You know, whose only redeeming quality is a social and competition game, but his social game is brought down by his horrible jury management.
Right.
Or you could pick the girl who had full immunity since jury.
Yeah. She had a better chance against Vince, and I think Morgan knew that she was not going to take her, because you can't, like, if Morgan doesn't know what she's done strategy-wise, she at least knows what her resume looks like, and she even said it when she got it. She was like, I'd be stupid to think that either of them were going to take me.
It's funny because both Morgan and Vince are so similar yet so different, you know? Like, their motivations are so different, but the way they treat themselves is really similar. Like, both of them have a gigantic ego while simultaneously having no self-esteem. It's like a very interesting megalomaniac, supervillain forming combination of character traits, you know?
Yeah, I can't wait to see where they go in the world. Mostly Morgan. I don't care about Vinny, but Morgan, I want to see you everywhere.
If
forever.
any Big Brother producers happen upon this clip, I want you to know that us talking about Vinny is not indication that we want to see him again. And sure, there might be a certain subsection of the population that wants Vinny and Morgan to
those people are ill,
procreate, and continue making ill babies, but I'm not one of them, okay? I was doing it ironically for a while, and then I got into it for a while, and then I got out of it, and now I'm back out of it. So now
Did I already say this? That Morgan and Vinny, like, Vinny is like Beth's brain idea of Jerry, and Morgan is Jerry's idea of Beth. Like,
you just fucking blew my mind, dude.
Did I really?
Yeah, that's so perfect.
He's the fucking nasty worm that's like.
I'll put pictures up here.
You know the worm that's like always showing his ass. He's like, oh no,
and then Morgan's the god.
Yeah, she's the scary one.
Oh, you meant the scary one. I thought you meant the one that comes out of Jerry, the buff Jerry's brain.
She could be that one too, but I think she's
both.
She's
honestly.
both. She's both.
Yeah.
This
she's
version
Beth.
displeases me. She's Beth.
Yeah.
She's Beth as a kid killer.
Yeah, she's definitely. Dude, it's so interesting. I actually think this is my favorite archetype of player is a competition threat who is both smart and also emotional.
Yeah.
Rachel's one of those players.
Yeah.
You know, like Morgan is, if she were 10 years, 15 years back, she'd be Rachel.
Yeah.
And it's only because we're now in like a very PC woke era that she is unable to achieve her true form because she's worried about perception, you know?
Yeah, and she's also got this like weird millennial social media performance going on because she's a weird millennial on social media.
Dude, she literally said this season, no one's going to get between me and my man, okay?
She did. She did.
Now, whether that man was Zach or Vinny, we don't know, but...
Oh my God, you're so true. You know what? I think I feel like if she had been going against anybody else in the final three, she might have won. I think if she'd been going against Vinny, she would have won. I think if she'd been going against Lauren, she would have won. I don't think she felt like...
threatened?
I feel like she lost her motivation. She lost her driving factor.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I can see that.
Because I feel like she needs to be on the brink of something to win.
I want to know what her athletic background was like. Like, was she like really good, or is she never able to like reach the top level? Because, never mind. I don't want to be mean.
Morgan, we have questions if you want to be interviewed.
Yeah, so I would love to talk to you, Morgan. I really would. I mean, we're like...
And also, you're beautiful.
It was kind of tragic watching it go down, the final part of the HOH, because you could just tell that like it was completely mental. Like she knew the answer every time basically, and then just second guessed herself.
Yeah.
Actually, we don't know if her first guess was the right answer either, but
yeah,
her second answer definitely wasn't the right answer. So
Yeah, she kind of had second guessed herself on some of those. So she ended up getting the Vanessa Russo treatment, which is kind of crazy because we were already like comparing her to Vanessa Russo before this, and then she literally had the same fate as Vanessa Russo.
And this was like not a produced result where it's like Big Brother wanted to recreate that season. No, Big Brother clearly wanted her to win. Her or Vince to win.
Yeah, they had no idea Ashley was going to win, which is why
This
all
is
of
just
you
like-
non-feed watchers, and I mean, like, I don't actively watch feeds, but that's why a lot of people are like, oh, she didn't deserve it. She's one of the worst winners. But it's like, she's doing so many things like that were invisible and genius.
Yeah.
So she does deserve, so she
That's
cuts
why
Morgan.
the feeds, that like, I don't like people who are like, you have to watch the feeds. But on some level, you have to be paying attention to what's going on behind the scenes, because the Big Brother producers will show you one version of the show, whereas the reality is a completely different version of the show.
Yeah, which I understand to a certain extent. Like, they have to sell us some sort of story, but they were like, they were just so not. I just feel like by the final 5, everybody needs to start getting some sort of winner's edit. By final 5,
100%.
it could be any of them. And because of how, if you're not watching the feeds, you at least need to be listening to a podcast or reading up to, and you don't even need everything. There's a freaking Pocket app that will give you the updates. You don't even need to do like that much research, but it's crazy how different. And I've been watching for a while, and I don't think I ever truly realized until this season how completely different the feeds are versus what we're being shown.
Yeah, and obviously, like, everyone consumes media their own way, and no shame in that. But I feel like to get the full experience of watching Big Brother, you have to tap into the feeds on some level, just because the Big Brother production is not a reliable narrator.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much that Ashley was doing, like being in Vince and Morgan's ear about them not taking each other.
Yeah,
that
she
we
crushed the
didn't
end game.
see. She was excellent in the end game. She'd done
I would
so
say
much
like
work.
I would say like Morgan from like week 6 on, or week 9 on, or whatever it was, like when jury started.
Mm-hmm.
She was the most dominant player until Ashley completely took over her game. Like what she did to
Yeah.
Vinny, Ashley did to her.
Yeah, I feel like once Keanu left, like Ashley's hold on Morgan's brain, just like she completely took over like a parasite.
Wait, why do you think Keanu had something to do with that?
I just feel like as soon as he left, they weren't as focused on trying to get rid of him.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
I just
yeah.
feel like he was kind of like in the way just because he's like big and loud and trying to do
right.
stuff.
Yeah, like they were already focused on him, so Ashley didn't have to do that much.
Yeah. But I feel like once he left, she could really like
Yeah.
work and be in their ear.
Yeah, and once she landed on the block with Ava, she definitely had to like work overtime.
Yeah.
Because that was a toss up. As much as Morgan was banging the judge's gavel,
Mm-hmm.
there was no guarantee that Vince wasn't Vince the deciding factor that week? Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was the deciding factor. There was no guarantee that Vince was going to listen to her, you know?
Right. Yeah, and he had a final 2 with Ava.
Yeah. Which is like, why did he do that when he knew he was going to vote her out?
He had a final 2 with so many people.
But he did that like on the week.
Yeah.
He voted her out.
I don't know, Vinny. I don't know.
Like there were various points I was watching the live feeds where it was like, you are going to vote her out and she's going to know that you're the only one to cast a vote. And yet you're still lying to her that you're considering. Like, why? What is the point of this?
Also, it was so. Wait, I lost my thought.
Like, Morgan, Ashley, Vince all knew Ava was going that week. Ava knew that she was going that week. And Vince was still like, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think it's just who he is. He can't take accountability for anything. Like, it's literally impossible for him. He's allergic to accountability.
Yeah. The worst part of the finale is that we have to talk about Vince.
Yeah, and then so Ashley cuts Morgan. I think the jury's reaction to her stepping out is so hilarious because Ava's just like, oh my God.
I know. They were shook.
shook.
That was the most shocked jury I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like nobody think about how dominant Morgan was at the end of the game. Every comp she could win, she won.
Yeah, I just feel like it became too easy for her at a certain point.
Yeah, like she kind of let her guard down
Maybe because they talked about, because how much time in the end they spent talking to her about how, because I feel like the conversation surrounding her the last week was like, okay, obviously you're winning, clearly. Like nobody's
you would think
winning
that would
against
make her
you.
lock in more at the last competition because in her head she's probably like, no one wants to take me because I'm so powerful.
I think she needs to be on the brink of death because she started winning.
She pretty much was on the brink of death.
She started winning after that Riley vote where she almost went home by 1.
I think this situation is as dangerous as that situation.
It is, but I feel like she just like she was on like a good win streak that she was probably like, oh, okay, I'm fine.
Okay,
I can
maybe
see her
she's like an
getting comfy.
athlete who needs to have a chip on her shoulder to win.
She's a Jimmy Butler.
It could be. I mean, it's certainly possible. Like, she never really got it done, so she got Vanessa'd.
She got Vanessa'd.
And, like, I'll just give a quick bouquet of flowers to Morgan. Like, you have played the post game incredibly well.
Yes.
Better than anyone else has so far, okay?
Correct.
Listen, everyone thinks Big Brother ends when the season ends. Not true, okay?
There's never been a post game for Big Brother until this season. And it's because everybody won't shut the fuck up, okay? It's their fault that we have to talk about this.
It's because this is the first time in a while where everybody genuinely didn't like each other.
Yeah, and it's weird because everybody's going on lives being like, oh my God, I love so-and-so, but they were kind of weird, but I don't even like them. I'm not even their fan, but I do love them. If they want to be friends, it's chill.
That's what I love about Ashley is that she will just straight up be like, no, I didn't like him.
Yeah.
Never liked him.
Yeah.
Can't be friends with someone who you never were friends with, or can't rebuild a friendship when there never was one to begin with.
Yeah.
She's like, her bluntness I admire. And she probably gets away with it because of her, like, you know, just her personality.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say I do love Ashley as a winner in that I feel like Big Brother this season was trying to push more of it to be a comp thing. And I still feel like, no. Yes, comps are important, but I still feel like the social element of this is one of the hardest parts. And I still feel like that is very much an important thing. Is like, what are your relationships in the house? What is your social game? How is your jury management? And I feel like Ashley is a rogue winner that they were not expecting, who proves that you actually don't have to win. You actually only have to win when you need to win, and you can have a completely social and visible strategic game and still be a great player. Whether or not you agree with that because of what you fucking watched and consumed is your opinion, but I do like that she was like a rogue to production's plan.
That being said, I do think that everything fell the right way for her to win this season. Like, let's not forget, she almost went home week 1. Okay? And seeing her competition record, she could have easily lost that competition and gone home.
She won the veto that week.
I'm saying, seeing her competition record, she could have easily lost that competition.
Yeah.
So she could have easily gone home week 1. She could have gone home a number of times, but people just didn't. Like, Vinny not voting out Ashley is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Voting out Ava is like, what are you doing? Do you not want to win the game?
Yeah, because you would think that, like, the same votes that Ava probably has locked in for her, Ashley would also have locked in.
Exactly.
So it's not really a difference of who you're taking or not. I don't know. Maybe he thought that.
No, but the point I'm trying to make is that you had a final 2 with Ava.
Also, if I'm Vinny, I'm going to be like, oh, wait. I'm thinking about, like, where the swing votes are. Like Keanu, probably Lauren, probably Kelly. Like,
I think Kelly's a lock. I think Kelly's locked for Ava in that situation.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think like I would have preferred him get rid of the person who has a closer relationship with his other ally than him. You know?
Yeah.
It's pretty clear at that point, unless Ashley was doing just way more work than we ever knew with Vinny. But it's pretty clear at that point that Ashley and Morgan were kind of a duo.
Yeah.
And Vinny was kind of on the outs because there was a lot of doubt about, you know, whether Morgan could beat him.
Yeah.
And so he needed to secure an ally who would take him for sure into the final 2 who wasn't able to beat him.
Yeah. Well, I think that Ashley just also convinced Vinny that, like,
I
she
guess
would take him.
It's his own fault for never like respecting what Ashley was doing because like we're going to talk about this later. This is going to be a thing we talk about for our discussion topic, but we're going to rank all the house guests this season based on how good their game is. And Ashley's pretty up there, you know?
Yeah, she stayed pretty high up on our list unintentionally and then just ended up winning.
And I think another impressive thing about her is that from the beginning of the game until the end of the game, she became a completely different player because the beginning, she was still learning like the rules of Big Brother. She's clearly not a fan or somebody who's been in the world.
Yeah, and I feel like once, sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
But I feel like once Rachel left, it kind of allowed for her. It was like pulling the training wheels off, and she was like, okay, now I need to like, because her closest ally went home.
Yeah,
and she was fine. Still never touched the block.
Yeah.
There's so many weeks in a row, like you had mentioned, where she was thrown out there as an option, but people were somehow going to bat for her.
Yeah.
And her closest ally goes, and she's still not even being considered an option. Like, she really, I feel like, flourished once Rachel left, and she was like, okay, now I have to figure out how to play this game by myself.
Yeah, she's a damn quick learner. And I feel like, in a way, in a very, like, if you want to squint and look at it this way, the Rachel eviction was the best thing to happen to her game because it forced her to have to make active moves.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if Rachel stayed and let's say she ended up in the final 3 with Morgan and Vince, I feel like she would have had a lot less like, I did this. And it would have been more seen as Rachel helping her do that.
Yeah, well, I think she was also, and this will also be a part of our discussion topic, but like she didn't waste energy where she had to. Like, as long as she had allies in the house that were going to bat for her, she was not lifting a finger.
Yeah. Well, she did the, like, competition-wise, that's true. But I feel like social-wise, she was one of the hardest working people in the house.
She was, but I feel like there was a good portion of the time where she didn't have to do that much work for herself, except for just like, you know, be friends with the people that she was friends with, because she had people who were literally going up to the HOH like, if you come for Ashley, I'll literally kill you, dog.
That's why I'm like, this season shook out the best way possible for her, because she, like, I was thinking the day of the finale, I was like, everybody this season came out of the season having lost years out of their life except for Ashley.
Yeah, okay? Ashley, like,
she came out with a tan. She's glowing. Her hair's curly and bouncy.
She's moisturized. Her teeth are white.
She's richer. She's more famous.
Her gut health is good. Her gut biome is slay.
She's spending all day talking to the fans. Everybody loves her. Like, she legitimately breezed through the game. It was the most Dr. Will performance I've ever seen. Out of a house guest other than Dr. Will, you know, because Dr. Will came out of the house like, I don't give a like, he didn't.
Yeah, also he didn't win shit.
What do you mean? Yeah, he didn't win a single competition.
Yeah, so I like players like that kind of just show. And you know what? Ashley, like, she knew that she was being underestimated by everybody, and she used that to her advantage. And I don't think that's wrong. I think if people think that you're dumb and you use that to your advantage, go off. Do whatever you have to do. That does not make you an undeserving winner. It makes everybody around you an asshole.
We've jumped into our Ashley spiel without even revealing the winner. So Morgan chokes it. Ashley cuts her. She gets Vanessa Russo. She goes, meets with Julie. Is very gracious.
Yeah.
God. Morgan outside of the house has just been like so breezy. I love it.
I love Morgan. I love you.
I love you. And so now it comes down to Vinny and Ashley. And a little tidbit about this part is that all of the house guests had been working on their speeches on the live feeds. And Ashley's speech, when she first wrote it, was 75% a synopsis for Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
And, you know, then she kept working on it. I didn't get to see the process of her crafting it, but the final speech she arrived at was excellent.
Yeah.
It was like, there's one line she said that was so hard. It was like, other people turned allies into enemies. I turned enemies into allies.
Yes, and she literally looked at Vince.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And like, She owned her game. That's really what won her the game. And Vinny at the very end, he was like, I'm a passionate person. All my emotions were real. None of it was a lie.
Yeah, he was like, all my emotions were real, but also I used the realness in the game.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, just fucking answer the question, you asshole.
He would have done better if he just was like, I'm a whiny baby liar and give me the money.
Yeah.
Give me it.
Yeah, I think if he was like, yeah, I'm a whiny little baby bitch. I think I deserve this, and I used my whiny bitch powers on you guys, and that's why you're there and I'm here. Wah, give me the money, see?
Yeah, then he'd be more goated. Honestly, he'd be a top 10 player if he did that.
Yeah, then he would have won. If he literally took any accountability, but he literally is allergic to accountability. Every time somebody was like, hey, you cried a lot. Was that a part of your game? And he's like, no, I'm just emotional. And it just like came out, and I'm just emotional about the game.
Yeah. And you know, I don't care that he lost.
Yeah.
But He got palled, my lord.
He got palled.
He got palled, my lord. He got palled.
Yeah, he got palled. And honestly, like I never appreciated Paul. Paul is a good player, but I never
Yeah, we're
enjoyed
gonna
him.
give Paul his flowers right now.
I've never enjoyed him. I didn't like watching him on his season. Now I love him as a player because Vinny is so bad.
I think this season has just been kind of like a beautiful palate cleanser if you're trying to watch old seasons, because you get to see people who are so intentional with their actions in the older seasons.
Yeah.
People who are like so intentional is creepy. Like, how do you know all this? Like,
Yeah,
what's
like, you
wrong
think
with
about-
you that you know all this?
Yeah, honestly, like not even that far ago, like Paul was being like that. Like
Yeah.
literally every single week of the Big Brother house
Or Vanessa.
was mapped out in his head.
Yeah.
Or you think about like freaking who else is amazing?
Vanessa,
Dan Giesling.
Dan is the GOAT, in
Yeah.
my opinion. Like, there will be nothing that triumphs over his funeral speech, in my eyes, as a Big Brother accomplishment.
Yeah, you also just like he's the only winner to make it to final 2 twice. Paul
No.
did make it to final 2 twice, but he's not the only
Cody. Yeah. He's
well,
he's
but
one
he
of two.
wasn't he wasn't a winner his second round though. Like he didn't go into it being a winner.
Right.
It's more impressive for Dan to go into
Right,
it
right, right.
being a winner and still making it. I don't know.
No,
I guess
no,
it's impressive,
I 100% agree. It's harder to win and then come back because you not only have the bigger disadvantage of being a threat, you also have the disadvantage of people thinking you don't deserve the money because you already have $500,000.
It's so crazy actually that he did not win. Like because he literally all he had to do was be like, I got here twice, give me the money.
That was a really bitter jury, in my opinion.
I have to rewatch that season because I don't remember how the end shook out.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching it and not being mad that Ian won, but I think
But that's also because Dan is easier to dislike, I feel like.
yeah, because he's a fucking sociopath with no
he
feeling in his
legitimately
eyes.
is. I just love that moment in his first season where he was like, oh man, everybody thinks I'm a piece of shit and then I suck and that's exactly where I want them.
Yeah. No, literally, every time he went up to the HOH room, he'd be like, oh man.
He played Vince his first season.
Yeah, but like not in a disgusting
No,
way.
like the person Vince is the character that Dan played in his
No,
first season.
literally. Yeah, he was like, oh my God, I have no allies and I'm a piece of shit. I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah, but Vince was doing that like with his whole pussy sincerely. So
Yeah.
anyway, he got palled.
He got palled. I know that the jury members kind of have to come with vague-ish questions because they don't know who the final 2 are going to be until the third person walks out.
Mm-hmm.
But you did talk about this when we were watching. Like his questions versus Ashley's questions were so, hey Vinny, how come you were such a piece of shit asshole in the game? Tell us in 1 minute or less. And then Ashley's were like, hey,
What's
tell
your
us
favorite
why
color?
you should win. What's your favorite color?
Why'd you wear this outfit for finale night?
How'd you do your hair?
Yeah.
What's your skincare routine?
And he deserves it. That's jury management. That's part of jury management. If
It
you
is-
don't make everybody fucking hate you, that won't happen.
Yeah, and I mean like all of Chelsea's questions in her season, I feel like were like rude ass questions, like the same level as Vinny's.
Yeah, Angela was like rolling her eyes the whole time.
And like she still won
Yeah.
and was also able to own up to everything that she did. So it's like you can be an asshole piece of shit in the game and still win. It's just like
Not that Chelsea's like an asshole.
no,
piece
she's
of
not
shit,
an
but
asshole piece of shit, but like, you know, she had like a not as nice game.
She was not the more likable of the two. That's for
Yes,
sure.
yeah.
Mackenzie was like a golden retriever, and Chelsea was like a black widow.
Yeah. All I'm trying to say is that you don't have to be likable to win.
No, 100%
People are
not.
so scared of not being likable.
The only person I think on the jury who genuinely was bitter was Kelly. I think
Yeah.
she was going to vote against Vince no matter what.
Yeah.
That's the only person like. Even Ava, I was like, I can see her like trying to be objective, you know,
Yeah.
especially if Vince had gotten rid of Morgan, dude, Ava would have totally voted for him.
Yeah, I could see her trying to be objective. And the only other thing I will say that's not really relevant to any more of the game, but I don't like how Julie kept cutting off Ashley and all of her stuff. And then when she went to go cut
That's
off
completely
Vinny,
relevant.
when she went to go cut off Vinny, she'd be like, oh, thank you.
She didn't even
thank
cut
you.
him off. She just went, and thank you.
She would say thank you like under her breath. She'd be like, thank you, thank you, thank you. But then when
I
Ashley went too
fucking
long,
do not like Julie Chen Moonves. Okay, I'm embarrassed to share a last name with her. She's the ops in my eyes. Okay, she doesn't like women. She doesn't like people who are not religious. She's a dinosaur. She doesn't watch, like, she doesn't involve herself in the world of the game.
Yeah, the only thing that I feel like she really involves herself in is like she talks about like the showmances and like who she wants to be paired up.
And like, you think that this is, she's been doing this shit for like 27 years at this point, or however many years. She was better earlier. We were watching earlier season. She was asking better questions, more relevant questions.
Felt like she was freer before all the dramas went down. Before Julie Chen became Julie Chen Moonves, she was free.
Yeah, because like, I don't know. So I think we need a refresh. Not that Julie is a bad person or she's done anything wrong. I just feel like she's a relic of a past era of Big Brother. And even if you do feel like some kind of nostalgia connection with her, I think that we have several viable good candidates to take over I think we should get someone who's played the game to host Big Brother.
We vote Taylor Hale is like the best option ever.
100%.
Taylor, if you're watching, we love you. We want you to host. Mwah.
She's also very Julie-like in that she's very like manicured in her delivery, and
yeah, she's kind of got like because of her pageant days, she's kind of got like a very like specific cadence that is not too, it doesn't stray too far from what we're getting from Julie.
Yeah.
But I also like see like something that you mentioned that I had no idea. Taylor was a recruit, had no idea anything about the game.
According to the Reddit, I don't know that for a fact, but
if this is true, like this is something that I admire, is if she came in as a recruit, if that's true, and then ended up just falling in love with the game and like has done all of the research and the work since. So I think she would be perfect. And I feel like she's also like a better representation of where the game is going.
It's also like such a young leaning show now, like the direction they've taken the show over the last few years has clearly been to cater to a younger audience. The average age has gone down. So I think like it's a perfect move. Taylor's right on the cusp of like old and new Big Brother.
Yeah, I think she's right in the middle. And plus she's the only person that's won America's Favorite and the show. So I feel like if you're going to pick anybody, may as well pick that one.
Yeah.
Pick her.
Brittany would be great too. I just don't know how she would whether she would want to do that with how many kids does she have? Like 4?
I don't know. I feel like Taylor is probably here because I feel like everybody now that comes off of any new reality TV is just like straight to LA for a period of time.
Yeah, 100%. But and that wraps up the season. And I just to give a quick send off to the season. This was a weird one.
This was a weird one.
Yeah, it was boring. And then it sucked, and then it was the best.
And then it was like the most compelling TV I've ever seen since Scandival.
Yeah, like I feel like it even peaked above last season of Traitors for me, because at the end of the day, Traitors is a very highly produced, highly cinematic, almost kind of narratively driven show.
Yeah, because they have so many like specific it's got like a different theatrical element to it that brings out
everybody there
side of it
is some kind of performer.
Yeah, they're not they're not just
laymen.
Regular people.
They're not civilians.
They're also people who will be okay after this. Like they're not gonna lose. Like there's nothing on the line for them, which is why we got this fucking Vinny freak out in the backyard. It's why we got people losing their shit, is because like they had nothing to lose.
There's really no realer reality TV than the live feeds. That is as real as reality TV can get. You're literally watching an ant farm of people. It's amazing. And I hope they never. This is me putting this out in the universe. I hope CBS never takes away the feeds, because it's just such a beautiful part of the show.
It's an important part of the show's identity. Also, it's like you can't call yourself Big Brother if they're not being watched 20. That's like the whole point of Big Brother, is that you're being watched. Is the thing. So I think that
there's a little part of me that's afraid. Sorry to cut you off, but there is a little part of me that's afraid, because they incorporated the live feeds into the Paramount app, that like the effects of the live feeds won't really be felt as much, because they'll be folded in with the performance of the overall app. Yeah,
there's also not like incentive for them, because they used to make you used to have to pay for the live feeds extra. Right. So I don't know if like they incorporated that into the price of the subscription or what. I'm sure they weren't making like that much off of it after a certain amount of years.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think like it's so a part of the show's identity that if you get rid of that, like what is the show anymore? Like that's such an important part of it.
Hey, we're going to do Survivor, except no more islands are surviving. Everyone die.
Yeah. No more islands.
Yeah, what's
No
Survivor
surviving.
without surviving?
Yeah. Yeah, what's Big Brother without Big Brother?
Yeah.
You can't fucking take that shit away.
Oh, one more thing I want to say. I think we're super ripe for a twin twist again.
Yes, we're ready. We
Yeah.
are so ready for
We need
a twin
twist.
Or like, honestly, Allison Grodner, if you're listening, go back to the good old days. Remember that fucked up shit where you like sprinkled in a bunch of like weird random siblings that they didn't know about each other?
Nokomis and Cowboy?
Yeah, do that. Or do another season where you bring in somebody's dad that they're not talking to for 20 years. Like do some weird fucked up shit like that where you bring in people's enemies secretly. That was a good Dick's first season was like that was a hilarious twist.
They were recommending a rival season.
Do it.
That would be amazing. I would
Do
love
it.
a rival season.
Yeah.
Or an all winner season. That would be amazing. There's enough winners at this point where you can do that.
Yeah, do an all winners,
Yeah.
or you can also do an all second placers,
That's
but-
actually even better.
but not Vinny. And you
No, get him there. Because here's the thing, man. Everybody who's a second place, not everybody, a lot of the people who are second placers are psychos.
They're gonna destroy him.
Who weren't liked. Okay. If you put Vinny in a house full of competent Big Brother players, he's not Vinny anymore. He's
Yeah.
first one out.
Yeah, that's true. His tears are not going to work on them.
Dan is like, I feel nothing.
When you cry, I feel nothing inside of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I would also like to see a all first out, like all people who are out first.
I don't want to see that.
I do want to see
I
it.
don't want to see fucking Jody again, or whatever her name is. The first one out on Devon season. Jody. The colored hair girl.
Oh, Joey.
Yeah, Joey.
Yeah.
And some of them are pretty cringe. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, well, there's enough like first out that we don't have to. We can skimp on some of them. But like, I would like
wonder
to see
how many
Zay.
first outs. Oh, Zay would be a good one.
I don't know, man. Just fucking don't do whatever you're doing right now.
Huh? Well, based on what they just said to Entertainment Tonight today, they're doubling down on their Wheel of Death twist. So they're submitting that episode for an Emmy, apparently.
I bet Rachel feels so good though that she's like, damn, I'm like the most talked about
You know what? That's
fucked
a
up
good point.
twist in history. Like she wins. She also wins this season. Like she's comes out of it looking good. Like when she
Yeah.
came back for that interview with Julie, and Julie was like, your exit is the most talked about ever. And she was like, oh no. But like obviously, yay.
She's
Oh,
like,
yay.
oh no, I hate that.
Brendan, don't forget to post my drafts
Yeah.
every day. Consistency is Winston-sty.
Winston.
Winston-sty.
Yeah, Rachel is for sure a cloud chaser too, but I'm somehow okay with it because maybe it's earned.
I think also just because she's older and it's kind of like cringy in a cute mom way.
Yeah.
And also like, because I don't feel like it's her clout chasing is inauthentic to who she is. Like she's been the same crazy cringy girl since her first
I know.
season. Right, I'm Vegas.
We
If
said
that's
this
not
last
clout
episode.
chasing, what is it?
If you like personified Big Brother, it'd be Rachel. Campy, combative, emotional, competitive.
Making a flash.
Yeah, like cringy, like all of these things are exemplary of Big Brother. She is Big Brother. Red.
Yeah. Yelling out of nowhere for no reason.
Yeah, loves Brendan.
Yeah.
Has kids.
Has children.
Is female.
Yeah.
Woman.
Is God.
White.
Yeah. She's here.
All right, I think we fucking yapped enough. Let's go on to our discussion topic. And this time around, we're going to just quickly go through one last kind of power rankings. It's not really a power rankings because everyone is done, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's more just like how we feel about everybody's games in perpetuity. And if you disagree with this, you're wrong. And we're also going to be, because I feel like they threw a lot of, they always throw softballs with BB Comics. So we came up with our BB Comics to go along with our
Yeah.
rankings.
Yeah.
So no shame against Zay, but he was the first to leave. We didn't have that much to judge him on, so it's only fair to put him last.
Yeah.
And our BB Comics, the Sooki Sooki BB Comics for Zay is Luca Blonde Tips.
Yes. Because, I mean, if he were in the game longer,
Yeah, we probably could
we
have
could
come
have
up
come up
with
with
some.
something.
He just didn't show enough personality for us to make any like I think we can only make a name off of his appearance with how little he appeared on the show.
And also, it's just crazy how much he looks like Luka Doncic.
He really does, dude. He looks like Luka had something happened to his face, and then he had to try to get back to looking like Luka. You know what I mean?
He looks like if Luka and handsome Squidward had a baby.
I think what I'm trying to say is that he's Luka if Luka had facial reconstruction surgery.
Yeah. He's Luka if Luka went to Turkey.
Not saying Zay has any work done. He just looks like he really does.
Yeah.
And next up,
we ranked Amy because she's just, there's nothing else to say about her.
I think what little we saw of her was sloppy and emotional. Like her crying at Ashley's nomination. Like, it's so early in the game. It's too early to be getting that attached and that vocal about your alliances, you know?
Yeah. So her comic book name is pretty fitting for her. It's Mother Emotional.
Mother Emotional. And next up we have Adrian at number 14. And he didn't play a good game. He didn't play a bad game. He fell victim to circumstance. But based on some of the stuff I've seen outside of the house, I really don't think much of him.
Yeah.
I think he's a little bit, I don't think he would have lasted that long. Just, he didn't seem like he had that much to offer, unfortunately. Nothing against the guy, but, you know. And the name we came up with him, with the name and the BB Comics name that we came up for him is, what is it? The Gluten Gladiator.
Because that boy loves his bread.
This was the one notable thing he did this season besides leaving.
Yeah, it was go on a date with bread.
I didn't want to call him Lever Boy, so.
Yeah, we didn't. Sorry, we didn't have a lot to go off of. If you went out early, sorry, not sorry.
These last four are just going to be us calling them, like making fun of them like kids, basically.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have Jimmy, and appropriately, his BB Comics name is Clout Boy.
And if you don't know why, just literally go on his social media and you will understand.
I mean, you don't even have to go on, just watch the season.
Yeah.
He was ore farming in the house.
Yeah, he did his sunglasses talk with Toss, which felt very rehearsed, and he just won't shut up on social media.
And the more he talks, the more annoyed I get at him having blown up Keanu's game, because I would have liked to see how Keanu would have fared if he had allies.
Yeah, if he wasn't forced to save himself week after week.
Yeah.
He may have been able to slow down, lay low, maybe absorb some information from Rachel, and then I don't know. He was still very bro. He did. I didn't know this.
He very possibly could have made all the same mistakes, but Jimmy doing that to Keanu was not a good game move.
No.
It would have been different if it made sense for his game, but it didn't. It seemed like he just wanted to pick a fight so he could have a fight.
Yeah, and even if it was I wish that he would have given a valid reason. Even if it was, oh, hey, Keanu, you tried to start an alliance with all of the men in the house, and I think that's weird. You should go up. Anything else would have been good. So Jimmy at 13?
Yeah, we should stop talking about him because I'm pretty sure every time we talk about him, he gets bigger.
Yeah. Next up, we got Kat.
Lemon last next.
Lemon last. She's we just didn't have a lot to say about her. She wasn't in the game that long and didn't do a whole lot.
I will say that she seemed like a smart person who just was in a bad situation. She let herself get into showmance. That's not something that nobody has ever been guilty of, so I'm not going to criticize her for that. Obviously you're in that house 24/7 with a guy. Eventually you're just going to get some proximity horns,
Yeah, and also showmances can be quite isolating, so I mean, it makes sense that she didn't have a whole lot of allies, but she had a lot of potential. She knew oh, if I mention to Keanu that I'm going to vote for Rachel if she's in the end, that'll make Keanu turn against Rachel, and then he immediately went and tried to get her on the block.
Yeah, but I also feel like she was a little too fixated on her problems with Rachel. That was kind of how she was playing emotionally, because I don't think Rachel was really the biggest threat to her,
No, and Rachel even said, I was a showman, so I don't want to go for the showmances.
Yeah. And Rachel has tried to work with her on several occasions, so I really just don't want to give her that much slack for, it was her choice to be in a showmance with Riley. It was her choice to not communicate with certain people in the house.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, is that a lot of people this season did not find it within themselves to communicate with people who weren't aligned with them. And I think that is a thing that's becoming more and more common with the newer seasons of Big Brother, is that people seem to click up
Yeah, and we've definitely had seasons where it's very clicky, but you still need to communicate with the people who are against you. You need to find a way to work together or be like, I'm coming for you, fuck you, or because at some point you're going to be not in a position of power, either because you were the week before and now you can't compete, or just something's going to happen eventually where you're not in a position of power and somebody probably against you is in a position of power. And I think that's why Keanu, that's one of the things that I really loved about him this season was how adaptable he was. You put me up on the block, okay, I'm going to win, and now I'm going to come to you in a position of safety and try to work with you.
He had a lot of good building blocks, but like I can't really call him adaptable after he's seen what happened with Vince and him and then did it again. So
yeah, he's not adaptable in that way, but I just admire how every person that put him up on the block, he would still try to work with them in some way.
yeah, and I think that comes from a place of like a guy who genuinely is just playing the game for the game. It's not like a personal thing for him. I feel like if you approach the game that way, thinking about it like none of these people really like are in my life, really, you know, like I don't owe anybody anything, and I certainly I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
You're talking about how Keanu doesn't owe anybody anything, and we were just talking about the reason why he might be so willing to work with people who have put him up on the block.
I just you don't owe these people anything, and also like at the end of the day, you can just be like, I did everything in the name of my game. You know, if you can like, and that's the best thing you can do is take ownership of your game and make it seem like not a personal thing.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to divorce your feelings from it. So the fact that he was able to do that with everybody sans one guy, I can't really hate on him that hard. He had one blind spot, as did everybody else in the house, really.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't the only person to like forgive Vince multiple times. Lauren did it. Kelly did it the shortest amount for just like a couple weeks. But she was the first to be like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
And also he came out of the house being like, yeah, I trusted too much. That was my bad. I wouldn't do that again.
Yeah.
So I think as long as he came out of it and can see what he did wrong and knows that he wouldn't do that again, then, you know, I think he had a lot of potential. He just, you know, bad reads, maybe needed a little bit more coaching, and maybe don't trust the guy that's continually fucking you over.
Yeah.
Which he thought would be obvious, but
shouldn't have fucked with Clout Boy, man. He sunk your ship.
Yeah. Yeah, he really fucked him over in the beginning.
For no reason. Unless there was something on the feeds that happened. I guess the Alliance thing might have played into it, but
yeah. Anyways, next up is Zach, Milk Boy, which we've been calling him Milk Boy. He didn't really do a whole lot.
Honestly, he could be Clout Boy too.
He could also be Clout Boy.
Yeah. Bad move not using that $10,000.
He didn't believe in himself.
Weird move to try to leverage that against Morgan.
Yeah, for her vote. That was weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
He seems like a nice enough dude, but also just like didn't know how to play the game. Didn't seem that authentic as a person. Parted his hair like just this much off the center, like just to piss me off specifically.
Dude, Zach, if you had a middle part, it would be
You'd
so
be a better
good for
person.
you. It would be so good for you. Everybody I know that has a middle part is
You probably would have
so
made
good.
it in the league, in the MLB, if you
Damn,
had a middle
dude.
part.
And Lauren probably went friend zoned you, allegedly.
Literally. Well, next up we have Mickey, and we gave her the name the Mictator. We came up with that all on our own.
Nobody else. It's very fitting for her.
Yes, we were the first to think of that. I honestly can't believe you guys didn't think of it. It's so fucking
Yeah,
obvious.
and honestly, it was so good that like she heard us call her that, and now she call her that.
She must have felt the resonance of our voice through like just the atmosphere, because we're like 7 miles away from the Big Brother house.
Next up, we have Kelly. And Kelly honestly ranks...
No, we haven't talked about Mickey's game. Her game deserves to be talked about.
Her game was messy.
It was confounding because I feel like my take on her is that she has a lot of the necessary interpersonal tools to be a good Big Brother player. She clearly was good at gathering allies. She wasn't great at keeping them, but she was good at being like charismatic enough that people all wanted to put their faith in her, you know?
Yeah, like they all wanted to listen to her. She seemed like the first person to really take control of the house because she had a very calm demeanor, very good poker face. So people kind of just gravitated towards her and would kind of just listen to her and do whatever she was saying for a certain period of time.
Yeah.
But I will say Mickey is delusional in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's like a coping mechanism or what, but there were just like so many times in the house where she'd be like, oh my God, what the fuck? Why did Rachel put me up? Even though I was literally just talking about putting her up 2 seconds ago, or
Yeah.
I'm in a much better position than I think I am, or
being upset about Riley going home over Morgan. Like,
yeah.
what?
Or like just like the amount of times that she had leaked info about her closest ally. Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, it felt like she was trying to hedge her bets. I feel like the cracks formed
so early
because of Morgan. I think Morgan has a special ability to drive people insane with how relentless she is.
That's true.
And also, here's my take on it, okay? If she likes you, she is pounding you 24/7 with game talk and information.
Yeah.
And so, if I were Mickey and I notice, all of a sudden she's not doing that. All of a sudden she's doing it with Zach and Vince as well. She's splitting time between us. I would feel some type of way too. Because she is so intense when you're her number one, you know you're her number one.
Yeah, and I also think like, honestly, I think the best thing you can do in the Big Brother game is not even necessarily form a very powerful big alliance, is just literally find one person in there that you are able to trust 100%. Like they have your back, you have theirs. And I feel like the more people you bring into it, the more complicated it can be. But in the early stages, you kind of do, you just need to have like numbers at that point because it's so, there's no reason to put anybody up or vote anybody out when it's so early. There's no drama yet.
Yeah.
That you just kind of, what Morgan was doing wasn't wrong, trying to bring in more allies to work with her and Mickey. But I would be annoyed as Mickey too if like, I'd be like, dude, we have this thing together. Like, we don't need to bring more people into it. But I feel like in the early stages, you need more numbers. And then towards the end, it's like you figure out who your number one is.
Yeah. I think I agree with most of that. I just feel like Morgan also has a special ability to drive people nuts.
That's also true.
So I'm not going to give Mickey like a break or a pass for how bad her gameplay was, especially towards the end of her game. The fact that she had the nerve to be surprised about her being evicted is pretty indicative of how she didn't understand her place in the game at all.
Yeah, well, that's why I say she's delusional in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I feel like Morgan is delusional in the right way where it takes you to the end. And then Mickey is delusional in the wrong way where she just doesn't have a very accurate read. And then you're out the door. Like you think you're in control, or you're just like it's a coping mechanism and you're like, I'm in control because you don't want to accept what reality is. I don't know, but
honestly, I wouldn't mind if Mickey came back for another season. I just want to see if she could like learn the game, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like she did have a lot of potential. Like the first when I first saw her, I was like, oh, she's great. Like she's so calm. She's able to handle.
That about a lot of the good.
I know we said that about a lot of people,
and we happened to be right with Morgan and Vince. But we were not right in the way that we thought we were going to be right.
Yeah. Next up, we have Kelly, and her name is the Pest, which feels fitting because she both collected dead bugs
and was a pest
by her own choice. Like she chose to be annoying, she said.
Yeah, and I mean, that pretty much sums up her game. She was just hella annoying. So, people were like, we got to get rid of her because she's so fucking annoying. We'd rather take her out than a threat.
Yeah, but also she kind of was like a little bit of a cockroach. You know, you just can't kill her.
Yeah. You couldn't kill her. Like, it took a double eviction to finally get rid of her.
It took a broom and a lot of communication throughout a night.
Yeah. And I honestly feel like her situation in the game was also mostly the reason why she had her downfall. I feel like if Kelly were put in a position, like if you slid her in Nicole's season and she had somebody that she could like had a common language with, and could vibe with, it would be a different situation, you know, because her issue is that she trusted Vinny at the beginning, and she was quick to realize her folly, but it was too late at that point. She had touched the block. She had already become like somebody who's, you know, easily pawnable.
I think one of her biggest mistakes, and this is like not really anything she could have helped, but just coming into this game not understanding it at all. Like she volunteered herself as a pawn, and then it immediately cut to her in the diary room crying, going, apparently pawns go home. Like I would love to see her come back. I don't know if she will. I hope you're doing okay. And I hope you don't feel like people are watching you anymore. But
What?
yeah, because her dad on TikTok was like, Kelly's having a hard time because Kelly can't go to sleep because she thinks people are watching her.
I think making a TikTok about that is the worst possible idea. Hey, everybody! My daughter doesn't want to be disturbed. Here's her Instagram.
Well, I think he was trying to be like extend to other like Big Brother people who are struggling and be like, we need to be nice to them. We need blah 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 and blah blah. I think he meant well. Obviously, some of his like execution was not great because in the video he was also like, you got to toughen up, kid. And it's like, dude, you have no a very few people can say that they understand Kelly's experience. But
Papa Jorgensen, you wouldn't fucking last that long in the house.
He wouldn't. But I think that like Kelly not having a grasp on the game and just kind of immediately volunteering herself. And I would love to see her on another season now that she kind of has an understanding of the game.
Yeah, I mean, there's a quality I really dislike about Kelly, which is that she just kind of like talks shit with no point.
Yeah, and then cries about it.
Yeah, and like I don't like that about her, but I feel like if she had a solid ally, she probably could have played a better game because her read at the end of the game wasn't bad.
Yeah, and I really, really liked her in her exit interview. Like, she was just so, like, self-aware and hilarious. Like, she was like, yeah, I'm annoying on purpose, and now I'm going to go be annoying in the Big Brother house. Like, if we could get that version of her where she's not also like, oh, boo-hoo me. Everybody's putting me on the block because I've said so many stupid things to people.
Yeah.
If we don't get that version of her, it could be good.
You probably will. I'm okay with both. I'm okay with all of it. Kelly, come back. We like you.
Yeah, I like you, Kelly.
We were really, like, she was like, this is like, the edge of likability and dislikability. She's like this the whole season.
Yeah, but now that I know it's intentional, it makes me like her more.
100%. And anyway, that's enough about Kelly. And next up we have Keanu.
Yeah, and Keanu just ranks a little bit higher because
more comps.
Made
it a little further.
I feel like he did have some more solid allies. Like Ashley became more of an ally with him towards the end.
I don't know if she would have really gone to bat for him.
No,
though.
I don't think so. But I also, like, Rachel was never going to pick Kelly over Keanu. Like, I think about that. Like, I feel like there are a few people that would not pick Kelly over Keanu.
I honestly feel like they had the male and female versions of the same game.
Yeah.
Like, they just, like, and we're harder on girls, and that's why Kelly is, like, wet earlier, because we are okay with guys being annoying more than we're okay with girls being annoying and gross.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, they both were kind of the same. They both were like quirky individuals who had like good one-liners.
Both a little bit homeschooly.
Both kind of annoying and likable at the same time. You know, there's like things you can relate to. There's things that you're like, why are you doing this?
I don't know if we said his comic book name, but it is very fitting. It's the Dungeon Dude Bro.
Yeah.
Because all he cares about is hanging with his dude bros.
Yeah, I hope he learned something from this because it's good to have some women in your life just to get a different perspective.
That's why I always associate dungeon with basement, because the word dungeon, like,
oh yeah, I guess.
How could you not?
Yeah, sure. Next up we have Ava, and we gave her the name Sour Flower. I'm pretty proud of that one.
Yeah, and she just ranks a little bit higher above Keanu because, one, she did make it further.
Much better social game.
And people were just like not threatened by her. She made it for kind of a while without being on the block. I feel like maybe not that long.
Honestly, I don't know because she put Vince first on the wheel. I don't think anyone who did that should deserve to go above Kelly and Keanu, because at least they understood the implications of the wheel.
Okay, bump her down.
Okay, so Ava goes down to 9 and Keanu goes up to 8 and Kelly goes up to 8 and Keanu goes up to 7. And dude, she was just like not trying and not understanding the game.
Yeah, also she didn't really have
Can we put her last, actually?
Yeah.
Why didn't we put her last?
Also, she didn't have any awareness. Do you remember that moment where she was on the hammock and she was like, I play a very active game.
Yeah.
The only active thing you did was crawl up the ladder and go to sleep.
Yeah, and just the fact that she didn't know that, the fact that she came out of the house and somebody was like, so you called Rachel a bunch of really like bad expletives. What was up with that?
Oh my God, and her literal face was like,
yeah.
You know there are cameras in there and we can hear you, right?
Honestly, she goes last in my opinion because the worst sin you can commit as a Big Brother player is not trying. And the fact that she was in the final 5 with Keanu on the block and she was like, I think I'm just going to chill. Even if you do feel like he's the bigger target, you do not chill when it's final 5.
Yeah, it's literally anything can happen. He could go up there right now and be like, hey, nobody likes me in that house. And Ava has an amazing social game
Yeah.
and she's got several votes on lock. Why would you keep her over me?
Yeah.
Like
He wasn't smart enough to make that
no,
argument.
he wasn't. But literally at any point, somebody could have made that point and she could have been gone. So yeah, she could go last. She's also doing good post game by just not being out there at all.
She posted for the first time today, I heard.
Oh, what was it?
I don't know. I don't fucking stalk her like those fucking weirdos.
You just stalk the people who are stalking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And next up, we have Will the Podfather.
Yeah, honestly, his game is only good because of his personality.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't make enough intentional moves where I would consider him a good player. However, he's an old guy who's able to like bond with the younger people in the house, and that's not something that like honestly most of the older people in the house have not been able to achieve that, you know?
Yeah, I feel like it's the older people always come in at a disadvantage because they're not able to relate, or there's only like 2 of them, or they can't win comps, or all of the above. And honestly, I think Big Brother would benefit from having more of a range. It would make the game much more interesting, but I know we just also want to look at a lot of hot people. But Will's biggest asset is that he's just so good at listening to people.
He is.
He's definitely one of those people that is like, oh, you're too likable, so I'm not ever going to bring you to the end. He definitely needed to win at some point.
Yeah.
But he had a good social game, and that's what got him that far.
He had a good social game, and he did say like critical things that swayed certain decisions. Do I remember those? No.
He swayed Ava's noms because Ava was going to put up Ashley, and he swayed her away from that.
Yeah. So he did some
He
things.
did some stuff.
Honestly, probably should go below Keanu and Kelly just because of the comp wins.
Okay.
I feel like it's his social game. He also left earlier than those two. And it felt like as soon as Rachel left, he really had no chance. Whereas with Keanu and Kelly, I was like, okay, maybe they can still put some wins together.
Yeah, okay. He can go.
Yeah, okay.
He can go 8, and then that makes Kelly 7 and Keanu 6.
No, he would go 9.
Oh, yeah, because Ava's at the bottom.
He would go 9.
Damn, we're putting Ava below the first person out.
He just goes below Keanu and Kelly. I don't know. All the numbers are fucked up now, so there's no point. And yeah, I mean, he was a very likable guy. I don't think he would ever come on the show again, and I don't really know if I want him to come on the show again. But I liked him as a personality, and if he does come on the show again, I certainly wouldn't be unhappy about it.
Yeah, and you know what? I hope
just maybe like train or something.
And I hope his podcast is good.
Definitely like a really pleasant like breath of fresh air most of the season. Like I don't think there was one DR where I didn't like from him. He had the most authentic DR delivery.
Yeah, and he had so many like funny camera moments.
Yeah,
that I loved. So he was good to watch.
Yeah, he was just over it, and he probably like I don't know. He probably knew that his time was up towards the end. Like he knew he wasn't gonna win.
Yeah.
And next up we have Lauren. Sooki Sooki comics name Dame Demure.
Dame Demure, because she doesn't say a lot of words.
She doesn't say a lot of words. Like another player that I think would be better their second time around.
Yeah, I think she would be better her second time around. I hope. I don't know. I don't have a lot of expectations from her, if I'm being honest. But she was good at comps.
I mean, she wisened up towards the end, I think. Like, she didn't vote for Vince, so...
Yeah, you know what? I forgot about that. And that is a very good point, is I respect that she did not vote for Vince.
So, like, she's clearly just maybe a little younger than a 22-year-old should be mentally, but she's learning, and she's, you know... It's probably just she's never dealt with people like Vince, which is like most people have never dealt with somebody
also,
like that.
yeah, I mean, she's like a little baby brain dealing with like some...
she's a full-grown adult woman.
Yeah, she's an adult.
Okay, I'm not going to fucking infantilize her because that's gross, but she's a full-grown adult.
Yeah.
And she's just not, like, wise.
She just doesn't know how to deal with conflict. I don't think she has any conflict in her regular life, it seems like, so...
But she was likable enough to have several allies. She was likable enough to have a final 2. She was competitive enough to have racked up multiple competition wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, on paper, she was a good player, but we just saw how she interacted with people, and that was honestly, like, from my perspective, I just don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
Because it's pathetic, you know? Like, when I was 21, I was selling fucking Xanax to buy Xanax. So
You were selling Xanax to buy more Xanax?
yeah. So I
does that
had
work?
seen the real world, okay? And that being said, I probably wouldn't have handled the Big Brother house well when I was 22. I probably would have tried to fight somebody.
I probably would have tried to convert somebody.
Yeah, you probably would.
That was that phase at
That
22.
might have helped you in the game, to be honest.
Honestly.
A lot of fucking Christian winners.
Yeah, maybe that's the move.
Yeah. Maybe pastor is a job we got to start looking at as like a good Big Brother job.
I mean, I've always known that pastor is a good, suspicious job.
Yeah, even Vinny is kind of giving like youth pastor.
Dude,
you know?
if any church put him in charge of any group of people, I would be so worried about coming as somebody who has left a church, I can only imagine the monstrosities. Okay.
All right. And
you want to say this one because you came up with this really cool name?
yeah, at number 4, we have Vincenzo Pinero, a.k.a. the Weasel, a.k.a. the Beanie, a.k.a. Vint, a.k.a. the one I came up with, Woustache.
Woustache. There is no better fitting name than Woustache. Maybe Pustache.
That was my original one, but I didn't want to be raunchy, so I just said Woustache.
Woustache has, I think, a better ring to it than Pustache.
Yeah, Woustache, and dude, he's the slimiest player. Like, I've never seen a player like him before. Like, it's genuinely like the first time I've seen a Big Brother player who begged his way to the end.
Yeah, I've also just never seen somebody spend that much time straightening their hair to put it in a beanie. Like, for why? And
he
I'll
curls
never.
his mustache, and everything about this man is just fraud. It's just like he's trying to appear like a prey, but he is a fucking predator. Okay.
Yeah, he literally is.
He is a fucking like he's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
And that is the perfect quality to have in a Big Brother player if he weren't also the biggest crybaby on this side of the Mississippi River.
Yeah, I mean, if he could at least own up to it and be like, yeah, you all thought I was a sheep, but actually I'm a wolf, then it would be cool. But, he just ranks high because obviously he got away with it.
Yeah, his methods weren't the most honorable, but
they worked.
They worked well, and he read his fellow castmates perfectly. He knew exactly what was going on in Keanu's mind. He knew what was exactly going on in Lauren's mind.
Yeah.
He knew how to control the albeit simpler, less complicated thinking side of the house.
He's a good player in comparison to who he was surrounded with. He definitely wouldn't survive, I think, on another season where he's surrounded by more competent players.
Yeah.
But he was capable of winning competitions, and he continued to let people come to him with information, and then as soon as he was in a bad position, he'd throw that person under the bus with that information. So he was always holding on to and gathering information like a little squirrel.
Yeah, and his social game was impressive to be able to burn people over and over and over again and still be forgiven. And one last thing I will say about him, I feel like in my consideration for the best players, desire also factors in, you know? Like, how much do they want it? How much are they willing to sacrifice for it? And listen, I wouldn't fucking sacrifice that much to win the game, blow up my entire life, basically, but
I don't know that there is a single player or winner out there that has wanted it as much as Vinny has wanted it. Like if I were Vinny, it's just crazy. Like, his crash out, there are so many moments where I'm like, you're on TV right now, right? Like, there's a level of shame and embarrassment inside of me that would make me behave fake, even if I really felt those things inside. I would hold in that feeling deep inside of me, never let it out, and just like scream into a pillow or something by myself. Like,
dude, I've never wanted anything that hard where I've huddled in the middle of the room, the competition floor, and started fucking freaking out
and screaming. Yeah.
But you know what? That is a good thing. I think that's a good thing. I think the passion he had is a good thing. It just wasn't channeled in the right way, you know?
Yeah, and he was a bitch about it. Like if you just owned up to it
he always
for
made it
any
about
level.
like he always made it about like who deserved to be there. You know, and it should have just been like about how pathetic he was.
Yeah, and honestly, at this point, I'd be like, you know what? Like, we're all pieces of shit. She's a fucking rich classist. Like, you want to give it to her?
Yeah.
Or you could give it to me, who was like a piece of shit weasel who cried the whole time. But at least I won and did some stuff.
Yeah, I think His biggest downfall was just that he was unable to take accountability, and that might not be just game, Vince.
No, I think that's him. I think he's literally allergic to taking accountability.
Yeah. And again, I'm so bored of talking about him. The only thing I wanted to say was his fucking BB Comics name.
Yeah, so let's move on. Next up is Rachel, and very fitting, the Red Queen. What else
We didn't
are we
even
gonna call
want
her?
to juice it up with her name because honestly, she has just become like what I identify Big Brother with. Like, she is Big Brother. She should have just been Queen Big Brother, to be honest.
Yeah, and I don't know.
She could have been Big Sister.
The Red Sister. The Red
No, the Red Queen's good.
Red Queen. I don't know if it's because Rachel's season was the very first season I started watching live as a child or what, but it's just
really? I didn't even know that.
yeah, her season, I had some middle school friends and I came over to their house and they were watching this thing, and I don't know if you did this as a kid, but me and my friends would be like, okay, I'm being so and so. I'm so and so. And I didn't know anything about the game. I literally came onto it like a couple episodes in and I just looked at Rachel and I was like, I'm Rachel.
And
I like her red hair. I'm Rachel.
And then you like really try to sell me on her the first time we watched her first season, and I just was not seeing it. And then I kept watching, and then eventually I really found an appreciation for her.
I don't think you really appreciated her until like Traitors.
Yeah.
Because we've watched her first season, which she was like awful.
And then we watched part of her second season.
And then we watched part of her second season and you found out that she won and you were like, oh, I don't want to finish.
Yeah.
And then we watched her in Traitors, obviously enjoyed her as a game player because we could.
By the way, we have since finished the second season, so don't judge me.
Yeah, we have finished it. Mm-hmm.
Did we not?
We haven't finished it. We moved on to Vanessa's season.
Why did we do that?
Because we wanted to watch Vanessa's season.
Oh, okay.
We'll return to it at some point. I mean, who cares? But yeah,
in case you guys didn't know, she's like the much more knowledgeable Big Brother historian. I just yap.
Yeah.
But I also do have a burning desire to be on the show.
We
I
both love the
game.
show deeply.
Yeah,
is all that
I will
matters.
be watching the show for the rest of my life.
Yeah, and our kids are going to be watching.
And if the show
force
ever
them.
gets canceled, I'm going to be trying to make a Big Brother happen
Yeah,
in my own house.
I'm gonna make my own Big Brother happen, and then the cops are gonna show up, and we're gonna go.
Please come to the diary room. You didn't finish your homework.
Dad, Timmy, put your mic on. Timmy, put your mic on.
Timmy, do not fling your mic into the hot tub.
Timmy, come to the diary room. You are being evicted. I just like visually, she is Big Brother.
Yeah.
When I think about Big Brother, she's one of the first, and it's also
And
just
she
like
played an immaculate game this season.
never on the block.
Like, the only two people who I think played a better game are the two people above her. And that's just because A, they lasted longer and they had more time to win comps, you know?
Yeah, I mean it's impressive that Rachel, who only had guaranteed safety for her first week,
Yeah.
was not even really talked about all of that much as an option to go on the block. And I don't know if it's because people were scared of her or, you know, she did a very smart thing was that everybody who came to her, she'd be like, I'm literally like, I have so much knowledge. I am a library. Anybody who wants to use me and ask me questions, I will tell you whatever.
Yeah,
Obviously,
she was coaching everybody.
Yeah, she had her people that she was more closely aligned with, but like even Vinny, she was like, dude, use me. Like I have so much knowledge. We could work together.
Her evolution as a player through her 3 seasons is kind of like she evolved from a comp beast to a primarily social player, and that transition is not easy to make, you know?
Yeah.
And it definitely was hard on her mentally to not win all those comps, and it probably did do her in the final comp that she participated in because it felt like a house of cards was building.
Yeah, I think it's probably an accumulation of her being like, I've won so little this season, and now I'm here, and I'm
I'm gonna go home if I don't win this. Like That's so much pressure.
Yeah, I think if she
had
had
3.5
gone,
minutes.
if she had gone picked first, she just kept spending time. I feel like she probably just like the longer she didn't get picked, the more time she spent psyching herself out.
Yeah. We talked a lot about these next two, so I feel like we can just kind of breeze through it. But next up, we have Ashley, and we gave her the BB Comics hero moniker of Ashligator.
Which is just, if you know anything about alligators, is they have not evolved in thousands of years.
They're peak apex predators. They do not need a change.
They use very little to no energy to get what they want and need to survive. And that is, I think, the perfect summary of Ashley is exudes very little to no energy to get what she needs.
Yeah, and then when she needed to, she thrashed them.
Yeah, and I don't think we should.
Everybody this season was a gazelle getting close to the water. Oh, is that a log? Is that a log? Is that a stupid log that no one takes seriously? That takes too long showers? She's always in the water, so she's a log.
It's a log.
And then I'm going to get closer. I'm thirsty. I want some water. I'm a gazelle. I got horns. So she's just underwater waiting for her prey, and she gets them. She actually played a great game, man. Not much more to say about her. She played the most relaxed game of all time, dude. The most chill and like la da da. She was on vacation. She went on vacation and won $750,000.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think like she will very easily get compared to the Jordans and like other winners like that who didn't seem to do as much. But I feel like we shouldn't shit on a game like Ashley's because it's like, who says that a good game is doing the most amount of work the entire time? I think a good game is if you can do the least amount of work the most amount of time and then only have to work at the end.
Yeah.
Both are good games.
100%. Like, I have as much respect for her as I do for the next house guest on our list, which is Morgan. And they played polar opposite games. One was possibly had the best read in the whole house, the whole entire season, maybe next to Rachel. Maybe Rachel kind of gave Ashley some of her read, taught her how to read the house. But she had a great read, couldn't win shit. Morgan won everything, couldn't read shit.
Yeah.
Could not read.
Yeah, she had... She just, like, had no idea what she'd done.
Yeah.
But, like...
I think it's also part of her felt like almost in denial because she wasn't able to accept those things about herself, like that I'm a manipulative person, that I force Vince to get rid of his closest ally to benefit me. Like,
yeah.
I feel like she felt too guilty to really admit any of these things to herself.
Yeah, because she did have some like very interesting self-aware windows. Like there was a window where she was trying to convince Vince, and then it cuts to her in the diary room and she's like, Vince is acting like as if his game is the only one that matters. And then there's also another moment where she looks at the camera and she's like, everyone thinks I'm a girlfriend, but I'm just a mom.
Yeah, I think she's not a very self-aware person, and I think that she has a tough time accepting certain things about herself, and I think she also cares a lot about what other people think of her.
Yeah.
So all those three things basically guaranteed her to not win, in my opinion, like in retrospect, because she would have pulled a Vince,
Yeah, I mean, her speech...
never mind. She had immunity since jury. What am I talking about?
But I don't think she had enough self-awareness to bring that up, though.
Yeah,
like,
I think
her
even
speech
if she
was
had...
bad.
We got to hear her practice her speech, and it was basically just if you guys didn't know. Are you guys ready for this? You guys all sitting down? Anyone here have high blood pressure? Nobody? Everyone's good? Will, you good? You got checked up last year? I'm a gamer. That was half of her speech. Was just working up to that reveal.
Man, and that would have been bad.
That would have been bad right after Ashley reveals she's a fucking lawyer.
Yeah.
It would have been better if she went first.
Morgan?
Yeah, like in this hypothetical final two.
I think they would have made her go first because they'd be like, you're going to be the winner, clearly.
And if she goes first and she's like, I'm a gamer, and then Ashley is like, I'm a lawyer. That would have been the biggest dunk ever.
Ashley would have dunked on her.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we said her BB Comics name, but it is the Mortex, just because she has a way of sucking you in.
Yeah, she really does. And, that both means that she's charismatic and she's relentless. She's a force of nature, you know. And I bet when she got home, she slept for like a week straight because the amount of just game talk she did over the last week, it might have been more than Ava did the whole season.
It is more. I mean, Ava only game talked because she fell asleep in a room where people happened to be game talking.
True. Yeah. So that does it for. I honestly think we have way more. Like, Big Brother, hire us to write your BB comics for you. Okay, we promise we won't be racist or sexist, and that is the only promise we'll make.
Yeah. But we'll do better than you.
Much better. All right. And it's the time for all we all like. Game time.
Hello, games.
Let's do it. All right. First up, we are doing a draft of anime characters.
Anime.
So we're going to be drafting Big Brother alliances from anime characters. We're on our weeb shit today, okay? We've been watching One Punch Man.
One
Punch! So that's the kind of vibe we're on. Alrighty, and you go first, and you pick One Punch Man, and then it's my turn, and
Yes, for my first pick, I pick One Punch Man because he can literally kill anybody with one punch, so he is gonna win.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need in the Big Brother house, is someone who can murder people.
Yeah, I think so. Also, he'd be really good at like rage baiting and not ever being in the wrong because he's just like chill and calm.
Yeah, everybody would be annoyed by him, though, and I can see that because he's such a big physical threat that he would be targeted early on. But then, like, if the blockbuster's there, there's no way in hell anyone's beating him in anything outside of a mental comp.
I only think the girls would be annoyed by him. I feel like the bros, if his social game is anything like it is in One Punch Man, he's going to have a bunch of men glazing after him. Did I use that right?
Glazing him.
Glazing him.
Yeah.
They're going to be glazing him.
Yeah, he'll be the boy king.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of an interesting use of your first pick, but that's okay.
Well, I had to get him.
That's pretty good. Who am I going to pick? For my first pick, I'm going to pick Armin from Attack on Titan. Just an incredible brain, you know. He's kind of like the brain of their alliance in Attack on Titan. You know, the Eren, Mikasa, and Armin final three. You know what I mean? But then Eren went and betrayed them at the last second.
But he sacrificed himself for the greater good.
He did sacrifice himself. So I think Armin would be a great pawn because he's already sacrificed himself one time to save other people, you know. And B, he's got an incredible brain. And C, he's a little boy, baby boy that no one's gonna think he's a threat because he's a little blonde, baby nerdy boy.
Yeah, he would go really far because people would underestimate him.
Yeah, like he would crush in all the mental comps, and he's no slouch physically either. Okay, wall comp, that's his baby, that's his. He's on there all day,
every day,
all day. And then for my second pick, I am going to pick I'm going to pick Reigen Arataka from Mob Psycho. And he is also clever, but the thing that he's best at, so like he would be so Armin would be my like strategy mastermind. And then Reigen would be the guy who like goes around spilling all the wrong tea to all the different people and making people fuck up. Like he's a manipulator of people. He's a master manipulator, you know? He convinced everybody in a world of psychics that he was the most powerful psychic. So I think he would do really well in lying. And also he seems to be able to lie and get away with it even after getting caught with the lies. So, you know, a little echoes of Vinny Pinero there.
Whoa.
So those are my picks.
For my second pick, I'm going to pick Anya from Spy Family because she is a psychic and also adorable. So I feel like people will keep her around.
Wow. Youngest Big Brother house member.
She's a psychic.
6 years old.
She can read your mind.
Yeah, she can.
Now I have to remember.
You suggested this category.
I know, I did. I done it to myself. Who's the main girl from Don Da Don?
The main girl from Don to Don.
I'm gonna pick the main girl from Don to Don because she can do stuff with her brain and ghosts and stuff. So I think I feel like
that's super useful in the Big Brother.
No,
houses.
I feel like she could manipulate and bring ghosts into the Big Brother house and like control things in a supernatural way. Like her game would legitimately be invisible. But like in a good way.
Okay. Oh, man, it's kind of like hard work dominating this hard in a draft.
You haven't dominated in a while, so.
Yeah, since last week.
No, it's
anyway,
been like 3 weeks.
So for my next pick, I'm gonna pick Vegeta. Okay, and here's the reason why. Every alliance needs a guy who just can't win the game. Okay, you bring him to the final 2, he sucks. No one likes him. Okay, he's mean to everybody. No one's gonna fucking vote for him, and that's why I pick Vegeta. Also, he's good at comps. And next up, I am gonna pick. So I have a strategy person. I have like a good liar. I have a good competition threat. I have a good pawn. I have 4? No, I have 3.
Yeah.
So I need 2 more. I need somebody who's going to be good socially. Who's a very likable. All right, for my my social pick, I'm going to pick Luffy from One Piece because in the world of One Piece, there's a million different races and they all hate each other. And they all seem to love him. So he's a great uniter. You know, he's going to be able to he could make Eren like black people, I think.
That's crazy. For my 4th pick, I'm going to pick Griffith.
Ooh.
I just think.
Comment down below her first good pick.
I'm pick Griffith. Okay,
you can tell who's weebier between the two of us.
One Punch Man is a great pick. Okay.
Yeah, if you want your fucking alliance to get punched to death.
I do. I want them to.
Hey, Saitama, high five. Oh, I guess I don't have an arm anymore.
He literally can't control his strength. Think about how many times he's literally just like not even actually punched somebody and only punched their clothes off.
That's true.
He can control it. Also, people I think would not think that he's smart because he's really bad at games. He would always lose chess in there.
Yeah, he wouldn't win any comps now that I think about it.
No, he wouldn't win anything, and then everybody would be like,
so what would be the point of having him?
They keep him around to the end, and then in the end, he'll just like punch somebody until they die, and then he wins by default. Okay, for my 4th pick.
I think you got to be thinking about these characters and how they would work in Big Brother.
I just wanted to pick it so you couldn't pick it.
I wasn't going to pick it.
For my 4th pick, I picked Griffith because I feel like Griffith would literally just win. He would literally run court in there.
Yeah. That's a great one.
Okay, for my 5th and final pick, I'm going to pick the freaking the big sister from Kill la Kill that wears the clothes.
Oh, the black-haired girl?
Yeah. No, actually, sorry, I picked the younger sister because she has a fight in her that I've also seen in Morgan.
True.
So there's that.
I mean, honestly, any anime protagonist would be a great Big Brother contestant just because they don't know how to quit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good. That's good. You got some good ones there. And for my final pick, damn, I just had one. I guess I'll just take Guts because, you know, they're destined to be on opposite sides of the house. They started out as a final 2, but then Guts was like, Griffith is kind of like, I kind of feel like the lesser in this final 2. You know, I kind of feel like he's making all the decisions and I'm kind of just a sidekick. So I need to go and make my own alliance. I need to make sure that I have somebody who's, you know, on equal terms with me.
Guts I feel like would end up being a Keanu type. Like he would just get kicked out eventually. He would be like a casualty of war.
What?
I just don't think Guts is making it to the end.
Yeah, maybe not, but you don't need everybody in your alliance to make it to the end. And plus, we all know Guts wins over Griffith, so...
No, he don't.
Yeah, he do.
No, he don't.
Yeah, he do. Griffith
in my
is
heart, he
to
does,
fail.
but Griffith... No, we don't even know the end of the story.
Man.
We don't even
he's
know.
He's literally Icarus.
No, we don't know the end of the story, so we can't
As cool
say
as
for
Griffith
sure.
is, but he's not a winner.
No,
we all know how
the
story ends. It
He's
doesn't
a
end with
winner.
Griffith winning. Okay?
Wrong.
So comment down below Tian 1 if you saw this video. Bye. All right. You want to intro the next one?
Next up, we're going to be playing What Would the Big Brother player's dream job be? we're going to be throwing some names out there from BB27 and trying to figure out what their ideal job would be.
Yeah. Job has been a big topic of conversation, you know. Ashley doesn't like people who have menial jobs. Vinny doesn't like jobs.
Yeah.
A lot of job talk, man.
Yeah.
A lot of job talk. I have a job. I like my job. Is my job my whole life? No, but I like it. And that's okay. If you have a job out there, it's not your passion, but it's creating resources for you to be able to pursue your passions, that's totally fine.
You know what I just thought of?
What?
The freaking, the fucking hammerheads from One Punch Man. Like, we don't want to work. And then he gets his ass beat and then he's like, I'm sorry, Mom, I swear I'll get a job.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody after this season came out of it being like, we don't want real jobs. We just want to be on internet.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of cloud chasers this season. There's a lot of cloud chasers every season. So I'm not surprised. I'm not disappointed. It is depressing to be confronted with this side of Big Brother, but I just have to make my peace with it that this is the only way we're going to get any compelling television, is if we get a bunch of psychos who want to be the center of attention.
Yeah, you just got to get a bunch of people who are literally willing to give everything for just a little bit of something.
You need people who are like, look at me, when most people on planet Earth are like, don't
even.
All right, well, let's start with our king, Vinny, the king that was promised. Okay, maybe not the king that we wanted, maybe not the king that we deserved, but he's certainly the king that we got. What would his dream job be?
I think he would be really good at like spinning a sign on a corner.
That would require him to actually put an effort, so I don't think that's necessarily what I'm seeing for him.
But it's also giving, look at me.
I don't know. I think his will to not work overpowers his will to be the center of attention. Also, I don't think he had like cloud chasing behavior in the house, you know, compared to some of the other people. I feel like if I were to imagine a job for him, I just imagine him as like a white Siamese cat. That's his ideal job, is being on a rich guy's lap.
Yeah, or he would be really good at being like a wet blanket on a boat.
Yeah. He'd be good at yeah. He sucks. No shame to the game, you know? He seems to be making a stunning recovery after this season, I can't lie. Girlfriend seems to be fine with him. He's like chilling, riding around in Camaros.
He's just laying low, which I think is really his only option.
He's laying low, but also calling the paps on himself, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Vinny, just go away. Just get out of California. Just leave.
That being said, I would love to talk to you.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't even want to smell you. I don't even want to be near you. I feel like if you sweat on me, never mind. I'm being too mean.
What would Ashley's ideal job be?
Princess, like Disney princess.
Yeah.
Like theme park princess.
Or like the ballerina at the center of a snow globe.
Yes. Yes.
Just like, or like, you know, not a snow globe. What are those things called? Music boxes.
Yeah.
It's the ballerina, the ballerina. The
ballerina cappuccina. Me.
Yeah, she's
me.
one of those in the music box. That's her profession of choice, I think.
Yeah, I like that for her.
Actually, that's kind of disrespectful, man, because she really is a smart cookie. And I feel like that's not exemplary of that for her. I feel like she needs a job where she can kind of use her brain.
But she also did say that when she leaves the Big Brother house, she just wants to post on the internet for a while. So I feel like she knows she has a brain, but I feel like she seems like she's like, oh, if I don't have to use it, I don't care. Actually, you know what Ashley would be super great at?
What?
Some sort of like publicity job.
Yeah, like PR manager. I mean, I honestly feel like pageant queen or someone involved in the pageant world.
She would be a great pageant queen or an excellent White House press secretary.
Oh, you know what? That's actually perfect. I think some kind of like conservative news correspondent. I can see that. Not saying she's conservative, but because of the way that she speaks about
working
certain people people who have jobs at Walmart, for example, I can see her blending in quite well with the Fox News bunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's a hell of an indictment on
Don't
her,
do it,
but
Ashley. But no, I think she would be good in some sort of like PR, or like if she had to like be a spokesperson for the White House, I think she would be good at that. I think she would be able to handle questions like nobody else could.
Yeah, she could be a good press secretary.
Yeah.
I can honestly see like female president. She could be the president.
She could be the president.
She has such a way with words and influencing people with just like subtle things that I feel like, politics, that's what it's all about, is just like using words to influence people. What would Zay's ideal job be?
I feel like he would be good as like honestly, I think that he should be like a model, or like I just feel like he's got such great teeth, like some sort of like fit model.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's already what he is.
Oh.
Yeah. I think he should be a Luka Doncic impersonator.
Oh my God, yes.
I don't care if he wants it, okay? That is the job he was born to do.
Yeah, he should.
I don't know if that's his original face either. Zay, I mean, like, no shame in the game. Do you have work done, brother?
We're just curious because,
you're so good looking. I have to kind of like, I want to know.
You're beautiful in a way that feels not real, which like...
That's literally what Ava said on day one.
Which is the norm in Utah. No shame in it. Every place has their own beauty standard. So we're just curious.
Utah is continuing the work that... Never mind.
That England started.
I was gonna say a different country, but
what
would be Keanu's ideal job?
Grabbing fish from rivers
with his bare hands, like a grizzly bear.
Yes.
All right, I'm cool with that.
What about Kelly? What would Kelly be good at?
I think everything that she wanted to do, she is already doing. Like Kelly, whatever she's doing right now is what she's meant to do. She doesn't seem like somebody who holds back and, like does something that she doesn't want to do.
Bug collector.
Pilot. Liver.
Liver. She's got so many titles. What would Jimmy be good at?
I think Jimmy would be a great town crier. Except all the news that he gives would be like slightly off, and a lot of them he would just make up.
Yeah.
And a lot of them would be like about people that he doesn't actually know.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like the boy who cried wolf.
Yeah. It makes me think of that John Mulaney joke that he's like the Post.
Yeah. The what?
The Post. He's like, Harv in Queens. He's just like spouting random knowledge.
The New York Post.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Post. Yeah. He's definitely like some kind of information spreader who's not doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah. What about Rachel?
Big Brother player. There's no other.
No, if she wasn't doing Big Brother,
she'd be doing Amazing Race.
She would be.
Yeah, if she weren't doing that, she'd be on Survivor. Game show contestant is the only thing she was meant to do.
Game show contestant. Yeah. Well, I feel like if she wasn't on a game show, she'd be on like a Real Housewives or something at some point.
Yeah. I just think that she's got a very fiery, competitive nature, and then she also likes being the center of attention. So there's really no better industry than game shows for her.
Yeah.
I guess like pro athlete, I suppose. Like she could be like a female soccer player. I can see that.
I feel like she would make a really good coach.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like a softball coach or something.
If we learned anything from this season, she's a coach.
And, what a fantastic season. Seriously. We didn't think it was going to be fantastic at certain points, but it was. And I'm very glad that a season like this happened.
Yeah.
Because it kind of, I hope it taught the Big Brother production a couple of lessons about the blockbuster at the very least,
Yeah. That we don't need it anymore.
No, I like it. I like it for like the little first couple bits. But yeah, that's been our coverage of season 27, and we're happy that you were able to follow along with us. And if you want us to talk about anything else in the future, any other game shows, too bad. Bye.
Bye.